All right. Welcome everyone to another Woods Cross High School class of 1996 interview. And today we have the pleasure of having Kelly Avalos, but
Avalos.
formerly known as Avalos, formerly known as Kelly Davis, is what I've known her by for so many years. I, you know, just talking with all of my old friends, it's just still hard to get used to all the different last names, especially of all the girls. I sometimes call such as Heather, I still call her HT for Heather Tiddenser. So it's just I need to get used to that, get better at that, I should say. But yeah, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you joining us tonight, and we would love to hear what's going on in your life. So if you want to just give us a quick background of what you're doing, your family, tell us anything you want right now.
Perfect. I'm at Woods Cross High teaching AP English in the same room where many of us took English forever ago. It's really fun being there. There's still a couple of the old faculty that are still there. And for a while, John Haney, I don't know if you guys remember him. He was the driver's ed teacher, the coach. He was a principal for us and just absolutely love him. Pretty much teaching is my life, for better or worse. I live it. I breathe it. I teach AP English, Latinos in Action, which is a service-oriented bilingual leadership class. And I got roped into that because I lived in Mexico for 9 years, speak Spanish. Both of my own children were born in Mexico and identify as Hispanics. So I consider myself an adopted Mexican, I guess. And and that's pretty much my life. And my kids, my son's 20 and my daughter is 17 and she's a senior at Woods Cross and she's running the world. So that's fun. And my husband and I love to travel. That's probably our favorite thing to do. So pretty boring.
Wow, that's actually, I have so many questions now. Just for hearing that. First, all right, tell us about being at Woods Cross High School as a teacher.
So when I came back from Mexico, I actually taught at South Davis for 3 years. And junior high was a little hard, but I loved it. I got to teach French there. I'm a French teacher as well. So I taught French and English, and then I started the Latinos in Action program. And after 3 years, I was done with junior high kids, which I'm sure all of you guys who have teenagers, junior high is definitely the hardest time. So when a position opened at Woods Cross, I was lucky enough to move up and teach there. I've lived through the renovation. The school doesn't look the same. If you haven't made it back, you need to. It's very, very different now. There's still the secret passageways. There's still the tunnels, and the kids still have all those rumors. It's the same rumors recycled. It's so much fun. So
what's there's secret passages?
Well, I guess they're teachers' offices. You can go in one teacher's office door and come out the other. My kids still think I sneak out and leave them and then come in through their regular door and they freak out and don't realize I was gone. It's nice to sneak out to the bathroom that way. So
yeah. Can you peek into somebody else's classroom through a picture?
Yep. You can sneak in and out of different teachers. Yeah. Offices. Did you not know that, Mark?
I was not privy to that information. No. I want to see that.
Come on over and I'll give you a backstage tour. So the carpet's still orange in the back room. So, that's fun.
That was my next question is the carpet still orange?
No, it's blue in most of the building, but there's a few hidden, nobody cares about the teachers' offices. So they're orange. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And the walls no longer accordion up and back. We have real walls, which is nice. Do you guys remember those? They used to fold them up and we could all watch movies at the end of the year in one big giant 4 English classrooms or whatever, history.
Yeah, I do kind of remember that. And there was,
Mhm.
because the walls were a little bit paper thin, you could hear everybody, especially in those middle classrooms.
Uh-huh. We have
No?
real walls now.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Exciting. The
Wow.
thing your
Yeah.
taxpayer dollars pay for. Walls.
Walls. I want to hear what teachers are still there. If you can.
So Riley retired pretty short. Coach Riley was there for a couple of years. It was funny. I don't think he could remember my name, so he called me kiddo still. And I was like, no. He was funny. Swan is still there, Melanie Swan, and she's going to be there forever. She just loves it, and she's so good with the kids still. Trying to think who else is still there. Several of them have retired in the last year or two. Donna Tippett was there until about a year ago. She was the PE teacher. Trying to think, I already mentioned John Haining. Noelle Vinny retired about 3 years ago. She was the history and English teacher. Trying to think who else. Yeah.
Not a
It's
lot.
amazing. Now I'm the old one there, which is scary because we're all very young, right?
Yeah, we're so young.
You look very young. Like you're still in your 20s.
Yep. That's what I tell
Well,
my
actually,
kids.
you could still be in high school.
Thanks, Mark. You're my new best friend.
So you teach AP English. I remember back when we were in high school, Mrs. Riley
Yes,
taught AP English. So
she did. And the year she left, I actually moved into her spot. So.
Oh, okay.
That'd be a good class. I just remember that class. It was such a fun class.
It is. It's my favorite one to teach. So I'm very, very lucky. So, and I've had a lot of the classes. I've had some of their kids. I've had nieces and nephews, and I would appreciate you to stop showing them our yearbooks.
Oh,
because they bring in pictures, like photocopied pictures of like when I was voted most romantic, and that's always good for teaching creds right there. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Well, okay.
I don't have any. I can't vouch for any of that, but that's pretty funny though.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Wait. So can you elaborate on that, on why you were voted most romantic?
I think I was just kind of a flirt, Mark.
I remember it.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
remember the
I don't remember
flirting, or
you
you
being-
remember?
Who was the boy that was the most romantic? Because there's usually a boy and a girl.
Jared Beckstrand.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jared. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I kind of forgot about those nominations. That's
I did too until somebody's nephew brought it in a couple months ago. So
okay.
thanks, whoever that was. Wasn't you, Heather? I have your niece right now, but
Oh, you do? Oh, that's right.
yeah,
I won't show any yearbooks, I promise.
I'm not going to promise that. I'm going to bring them in and show it to everyone.
You're in Virginia. I'm safe, Mark.
Well, I'll be in Utah quite a bit in the next 6 months.
That's funny.
We'll stop by and I'll show you the secret passageways.
Cool.
All right. Yes, and I'll show everyone your books if I can find mine. I need to find.
Thanks.
I have a question for you. You talked about traveling with your husband. What's one of your favorite trips that you've been on with either your husband or your family?
Probably Greece. That was one of my favorite places.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
So why?
Yeah, when you go, do you do like, is it more touring, or you go for an event, or do you go for hiking? What do you like to do when you go places?
We try to live like locals. We try to stay in Airbnbs that are in local places. We try to eat at local places. We try not to do too much. I mean, we do all the touristy things. You can't avoid like going to Buckingham Palace or whatever, the Eiffel Tower. You've got to do those things, but we do try to do the local experience, and we love it. My husband is extremely social, and he will talk to anyone. It's amazing. I fell asleep in the Louvre once and I woke up and he had like 3 new best friends, and we ended up staying with a couple in Italy that we met and stayed with them for 3 nights. Like, flew back for their wedding. My husband's crazy, and it's just, we have a lot of fun. So
Wow.
we're really lucky. So
You went to their wedding
oh yeah,
in Italy?
yeah. It was this young school. They were in college, and we ended up spending the whole weekend with them in Italy, stayed at their house. We're walking in with our kids to their apartment. We're like, don't talk to strangers. We're just going to stay at these people's apartment for the next 3 days. We flew back for their wedding. We've stayed in contact with a lot of these people. I'm telling you, my husband is so adventurous, and it's just fun.
So he's now here in America with you, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I remember there was quite a bit of headache to get back to the United States. So how long have you been able to be here altogether?
We moved back in 2010, so 13 years. But both of our kids were born in Mexico while we were waiting for his green card to come through. He's now a US citizen. And yeah, life's good. So, but we are hoping to retire to Cancun in the next 3 or 4 years. So we're moving back to Mexico. Is the goal.
Wow, that's neat.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't handle this cold weather, you guys. The snow is awful. Can't believe we grew up here.
Right?
Yeah.
It is cold.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, Tyler,
Well,
you have a question?
Yeah, so I had a couple of things that came to mind. So, yeah, it seems like you travel quite a bit, but what's maybe the most adventurous place you've been to? Now, I will say, Mexico can be pretty adventurous, but you've lived there, so you're kind of used to it, I would imagine. But outside of Mexico, are there any other places that you think are pretty unique or adventurous?
So actually, we just got home from the Philippines this last weekend, and that was probably the most adventureful I've been. We rode motorcycles through the traffic, and we swam with whale sharks, and we didn't speak the language, so that always makes it a little bit harder. And I find that I have a little bit of panic attacks when I can't read the language. If it's in Italian or French, I can read it because it's our language, but when it's in characters, I just I have a little bit of a freak out. So that's my biggest thing.
Yeah, I know the feeling going to Southeast Asia and just not being able to read stuff. Like if it's French or Spanish, yeah, I'll be able to figure it out, but I don't know anything. It's just like you're just out of your element, because usually if you're somewhere else like you speak what, 3 languages? So I mean, you can figure it out. You can figure it out. So
yeah. I'm lucky that way, and my husband speaks a couple too, so we can travel pretty comfortably. But Asia's hard for me, but it's totally worth it, 100%. The food, and it's so cheap too. It's wonderful, so we love it. Yeah.
What parts of Asia have you been to?
We've been to South Korea, Japan, and now the Philippines. And our next trip is going to be Hanoi. So
Hanoi, okay.
Yep, that's our plan. So yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
So I've been to all those places, but Philippines was very adventurous. Where I visited the embassy out there, and it was a little bit crazy. Where I had a driver who was pretty much a crazy driver, I'd say. So we were driving on the sidewalks and going through red lights and a whole bunch of things. You just point at
I've had that experience. It was terrifying. And I drove in Mexico City, like I thought I could handle it, but the Philippines was definitely the scariest place. I didn't drive, but I was driven in. So
yeah. That's fun. Where are your kids? Are they living in Utah, or do they?
So my son's my daughter's at Woods Cross still.
That's
so right. She's an SBO. She's amazing and wonderful. My son is studying at the U. He's studying epigenetics. He's awesome and so smart and so not like me. So I'm very lucky for that. And so we're just We're boring.
And what does
Just
your
kidding.
daughter want to do now that she's going to be graduating this year?
She is. She wants to do dance therapy until the first paycheck comes in, I'm sure. So, and then it might change, right? Don't we all know
Yeah,
art doesn't pay well?
they have a dance
So-
therapy program at the U. So she's thinking of going to the U. Cool.
She is. Yep. Or Oregon. So we'll see.
Yeah, dance therapy is cool. I've worked with a lot of dance therapists, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so Kelly, let's go. Let's do some flashback questions here.
Oh goodness. Okay.
So
Mark has that look on it. Mark has that look on his face.
I'm a little nervous.
well, there's so many questions I can ask Kelly. You know, we go all the way back to elementary school. So
Ew.
Well, Mark doesn't look like a troublemaker, but he's always got some plot. You know, he's always
I
got
think
something
Tyler
going.
and I go back the farthest though.
I
'Cause
have
you live
many.
down the street from me.
Yeah, we lived in the same neighborhood, so I have many memories of with Kelly. So
That's awesome.
yes.
yeah,
Probably not good ones. I'm sorry.
no.
All right. So speaking of memories, tell us about your favorite memory of high school. It's a deep one.
Wow. No, that's a good one. Ironically, I think it was with Heather. I remember the drill team. We used to I loved the locker room time when we would all sit and get ready together and share makeup and trade clothes. It was just like having a bunch of sisters, and we fought like sisters a lot of the time, and it was fun. Drill team was a bonding team experience that was awesome, and I loved it. So
There were fights on the drill team?
Yeah.
Oh, you get
Oh, Tyler obviously.
Yeah,
does.
girls
Yeah,
in the locker
yeah, we never got to hear about these. Heather, we never got to hear about this stuff.
you know, people's hairspray would get lost, and people are yelling like, "Where did I put this?" and "Did you take this?" And it was more just like just the drama of getting ready, and people would tease each other and hide things, and
or push people out in the hall when we weren't totally dressed, or
yes. I'm just
Mhm.
glad we didn't have cell phones then in the
Right?
in the locker room. That would have been horrifying. So just
Or anytime. There's no documentation of anything we ever did wrong. Isn't that the best part of our
Yeah.
generation?
I know. We were lucky, really.
I tell these kids all the time, we do stupid things. Just don't document it, you guys. Put away your cell phone when you're going to do stupid things, but they don't listen.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Wow.
glad you get to teach these students some sense, but they don't listen very often.
Do any
No.
high school students?
Pardon, Mark?
I don't think any high school students really have that. So
No, they don't.
wow. So I think pretty much all of our best experiences are with Heather at high school. It must be because
Right? So Heather's the common denominator.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, if I'm talking to someone else, it relates back to an experience with Heather and them. You know, it's always
Instead of
tied back
Kevin
to Heather.
Bacon, we could do like 7 degrees of Heather.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Bacon.
Claire Christensen. Like it's always tied back to Heather. You know, and many other people. It's always related back to Heather.
Oh, you guys are funny.
yeah. Common
You are well
denominator.
I
That's
wonder-
fun.
I had a question, Kelly. Do you remember of your like the actual classes? Because we had lots of fun extracurricular. Do you remember what your favorite teacher or class was in high school?
Definitely Ginny Riley's AP English class,
Yeah.
which
Of course.
I think learned a lot for me. That's why I'm an AP English teacher, like because of Ginny's influence, and I still am in contact with her and love her dearly. So
That's good. That's really good.
yeah,
Can you ask her if she'd like to join us for our next reunion?
I can totally do that. I'm sure she'll say no, but but I
Right.
can invite her for sure. So
Or just give us her contact information and we'll send out the invite.
we can all show up on her doorstep. I know where she lives.
Ooh.
Hey, maybe we could do a video. We could get a recording like we have done in previous, reunions.
There you go.
Yeah.
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 Good. That'd be
I
good.
say we get it on her doorstep and we sing a song.
I'll let you
Okay.
sing. Mark.
Okay, you go ahead and do
And
that,
Heather.
Mark.
Heather sings, right?
Yeah, Heather sings.
Don't. I've been asked to lip sync in choirs before. I don't sing. So.
Yeah, Heather, you can get some of the madrigals together. Go sing.
Oh yeah,
you go.
we'll see. We'll see. That's funny.
Yep. Oh gosh.
There was one question that people have asked, or that suggested that we ask if there's anything that you would have done differently, or that you wish you would have done in high school.
So for several years, I was in charge of sophomore orientation here at Woods Cross. And I always tell the kids, go out and do things, because you'll never regret doing something, but you will regret sitting at home. And I look back and I think that's why I love high school and why I love teaching in high school, is because I got involved. I think we went out and we did teams and we supported each other and we were all very involved. I chaperoned for a stag dance, a stomp. They just don't dance like we used to, guys. They don't go to these dances like we do. We used to have a big dance every month, and then we had the stag dances every weekend, or a stake dance, and we used to all go dancing, and they don't do that. And I wish they did, because I feel like so much of our high school experience was that social aspect, and they don't anymore. So I don't regret anything I did in high school. I probably should, but I don't.
That's great.
There's no video proof, at least, right?
Right.
So I just loved being involved, and I'm still involved. My kids keep me young. My high school students keep me young.
That's awesome.
So they don't do the mosh pit anymore?
No, they turn off the DJ. If they start a mosh pit, they shut them down. Because it's too dangerous, with all the lawsuits and everything. And
all right,
sad.
I probably wouldn't go either.
But we have so much fun. Do they still have that little courtyard where people with the steps that you can dance in? They took that.
Nope.
Like that?
That's our big commons cafeteria. It's indoor now. Yeah. I was
So where
sad when
are the dances?
They are in the commons.
Okay.
They're just in the cafeteria or the gym. So,
Okay.
But you really should come check it out. It is much nicer now. I promise.
We thought about doing a video with, because a lot of people live way far away from Woods Cross High, or if they're around in town, it's not going to be open on a Saturday. So we thought it'd be fun to go and video, especially the new parts. And is the auditorium new too?
It's still the same old auditorium. They have different colored chairs, a little bit nicer.
Okay.
It's been upgraded, but it's the same. So,
which is fun.
But yeah, I'd love to give a tour.
Cool.
It really is a lot nicer. So.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely contact you when we're ready to do that.
Yeah, that'd be great. So.
Okay. Well, it's almost been a half hour. Tyler, do you have any questions?
It feels like it. I'm going to be honest.
I have so many more questions to ask.
You get one more, Mark. Can you narrow it down to one more?
No, I can't. I need more.
Just
all right. Yes, I can do that, Heather.
Okay. What is it?
Oh wait, no, Tyler. I thought Tyler.
Oh, you want Tyler? Do you have a question, Tyler?
Well, I don't have one in mind, but I was gonna borrow from Mark. If there was something like, what's your most embarrassing moment that you'd like to tell us about?
That I'd like to share.
No.
I think those are fun.
No, we won't do that. Mark, do you have anything else that we can?
Well, kind of like that is, what's the funniest moment that you can remember?
Most memorable
From high
moment.
school?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is terrible. It's not from high school, but it's with someone from high school. It's
Go
so
for it.
bad. Okay, so about a week after I came home from my LDS mission, Russ, I can't remember his name. He was a year older than us.
Songbird?
Anderson.
Sunbeck?
Anderson.
Anderson.
Russ Anderson.
Anderson, okay.
He took me out, but I was so weird. I was so weird. And he tried to hold my hand and I freaked out. And during the movie, I moved a seat over from him because he was just too close. And I made him cookies and a thank you note for the date. Like, oh my gosh. It was so weird.
That was so nice of you.
Never heard from him again. Are we surprised? Not at all.
Well,
That's
he's
probably the most embarrassing moment.
That's funny.
There you go. And it's Russ Anderson. Hope he's not watching this.
We'll make sure we send it to him.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, guys. You're the best.
I don't think he's on the Facebook group, so don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, I need to be nice to Kelly. I felt like I teased her a lot when we were younger, so I feel like I got to be nice.
We kind of grew up together, though, Tyler.
We'll go easy on
We
her.
were both mean to each other in two ways, so it's all good. Oh, thanks, you guys. This was really fun.
Yeah, we appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
And
And
seriously,
answering our questions.
what?
And answering all of our questions, how
Oh.
weird some of them might have been, but
No, you guys are
Especially-
great. And
especially for
seriously, if
me.
anyone ever wants a tour of Woods Cross, get in contact when you're in town. I'd love to take you through. I have keys. So, okay.
Well, thanks, Kelly. It's so
All
good to
right.
talk to you.
Thanks,
yeah,
guys.
thank you, Kelly.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.